Now we can brighten up. We're starting to get into our final details now. So we're picking at it. We got everything in place that when we went through everything, and now we're looking at our painting and we're saying, now how can I improve the painting? How can I add more color and more light, more highlights? So this is your final details. And your final details can take many hours. So lighten that up here a little bit. There we go. See, just small tapping with a bit of yellow. And just bring it down a little bit. And I'm just tapping, I'm just keeping what I have underneath. I'm just tapping over it just to keep it, get more texture also. A bit of yellow. And going up here. See how that brings it out more? There we go, that's nice. And now we can probably add a bit more on this side over here by the fence. So let's go with some, let's see, some green and yellow. Green and yellow. Probably, let's see. A little bit over here. Maybe some light. And we can bring down right into the path. Maybe there's another little bit up here. Coming into the path. And here. Maybe a little bit down here. Like I say, you've got to make up your own light because you're not there and you can't see it. And if you have a picture that you're following, maybe you won't like the way light shows on that. So you have to sort of decide, make decisions yourself, okay? But just, if you can get the light in the right place and make sense. Makes sense. Alright, let's come right into the path. Good. And that gives it a little more light, a little more flavor. Wipe off your brush and just move that around down here. Whatever's left over on your brush, make sure there's not very much paint on it because you're going to get all these blobs if you... And just move that around so that it's moved into the shadows a bit and it's a little bit peeking out. Good. It looks like there's a little bit of reds going on here. Highlight those. So like I say, when you're doing your final details, just go back. You don't have to add too much more. Then you just go on top of what you already did. Makes it a lot easier. Seeing it pretty? See how nice colors now you're getting? I like to add a little more red up here just to brighten it up. We're doing our final details now, so you can go back over all your paint. Let's stand back and have a look at the painting, see what final details we need. So I need to highlight the front of the house, the cabin again, I think, and lighten up these windows here. So let's do the front of the cabin again. Okay, so now you should be able to figure out how to start a painting, how to get everything in place, and all the things that I went over. I won't repeat it all again, but you can look at my other video for the 10 tips. And I'm showing you in this video perspective and depth, okay, that I didn't mention in my other tips. So let's take the purplish color with a bit of white on your brush. Just mix up a bit of color. And let's brighten it up a little bit. Right, sun is shining right here. Let's go down and down and down. Very gentle, very gentle. Maybe just a little bit on the roof line here. Maybe a little bit on this roof line. Not fussy about the tree being over there. So you can make a few changes. But wasn't fussy about that tree being over there. We'll put it behind the house. And we'll put a little bit down here to straighten this up. Now the sun is not back here, so we don't need very much back here at all. I'm just trying to show that there's some wood there. And it's nice and dark here, which is fine. Any little things that you think might need a little extra work. But here is the front. This is more important. And here. Just to brighten it up a little bit, because that's where the sun is. See? So that brings it out a bit more. Right? So look at your details. Last, these are our final details. Now you can pick and pick and pick. See? Have fun with it. Do whatever you want. What else do you think we need? Maybe more highlight on the fence. Maybe a few little sticks of grass. I don't know. You know, you can put flowers down here. Some flowers. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let you use your own imagination for that, okay? Because now that everything's in place, you can do whatever you want. Just go back over what you already did. No need to change perspective or do anything different. Okay, might want to put a few little, maybe just a few little sticks of grass down here. Probably pull it through some green and some yellow and throw a few little sticks of grass down here just to bring it forward a little bit. Okay. So I highlighted the front of the house here, and you know what I find? That acrylic paints, they do tend to dry darker, so you might need to go over the highlights a couple of times with some, and then you just put in little bits of bright to bring it out more. See? So yes, acrylics do, they certainly do dry dark, and it gets frustrating sometimes because you have to go over it a lot more times, but it's all part of the plan. Alright, so you can fix it up whatever way you want it. A little bit of more wood look here. See? And another way you can make more wood look is by putting darker lines in between what you just did. And you can do that with your liner brush or your chisel edge. See, because we lost a little bit of the wood look, but don't forget, now you're doing your final details, so you can play with this as much as you want. So I'm going to put a little bit of a dark blue and black together and put in a few little lines in between this. Just bring a few down to give it that wood look. See? And I'm going to bring them down from the inside of the roof, and I'm going to fix that part there because I folded up a little bit. So you can see that you can fix things, adjust things at the end of your painting, because now your painting is all done and it's all ready to go. And you can have fun with it now. This is a stage where you can enjoy it and have fun and bring it to life and add color. There's so much you can do on the end that makes it so much more fun. And it shouldn't be too much of a struggle. You're just having fun with it and just picking different places where you want to add things, little details. Right? You want to adjust things. See? I'm just adjusting and playing and having some fun with it just to show you. See, that's brighter there, much better now. See how it's standing out more? You can make your flowers stand out more too. You can add more lights to your flowers. Like say if you wanted to add a few little extra lighter ones here in the back, just to bring things out a little bit more. Just get a bit of white on your brush, on your bristle brush, and throw in a few little whites here and there just to sort of liven it up a bit. Just a little bit, not much. See? Little taps of white. You can barely see them. And it gives the illusion of the flowers in the back, up by the sunny part. Good. Good, good, good. Yep, so just little taps of white. Not very much, just at the very top is fine. You can do whatever you want. And I was putting on some, I thought maybe a few little bits of grass down here with some yellow on one side and green on the other, and putting in some of these to bring the painting forward. We don't want to lose our shadows, okay? These are just little leaves and things, and you can help create depth in your painting by putting all these nice, and a bit of red to warm up the colors. Warm colors come forward. Alright, and maybe a few little ones here. Just pull up with your liner brush. You want to put some flowers on top of those, you go right ahead. Adding a little bit of red to warm it up a little bit. We don't want everything to be totally green. Red. You want to add color. You don't want everything blue and green. Hey. Blue and green. Add some more on top of what we already did just to thicken it up a little bit. See? So that will add a little bit of interest to your painting. I don't want to go too far with that because I'll let you make your own decisions on what kind of flowers you want in the front there. Alright, so pull them out. And they'll go up towards the focal point, because the focal point in this painting is, we're going to say, is the cabin. So everything leads up to the cabin. You notice that? The fence leads into the cabin, the path leads into the cabin. These flowers or grasses are leading up into, right, leaning over towards the cabin. So that will lead the eye into the painting, and you know, the person will look at the painting and then go right to the cabin, and then of course there'll be other things there for them to look at. So it's makes a nice landscape. So let's add some more yellow or white into those windows here to brighten them up a little bit. Even though it's shadowed on that side, they should be brighter because it is shadow, because the light is on inside the house. Must be somebody home. So now you can put the light in the window, and that brightens it up better, see? I'm putting a bit of white and yellow together on my liner brush. I'm just going to do this quickly. There's so much you can do at the end. All this. Now I didn't put a light in the door on the other side. I'm going to leave that for you guys. So let's brighten up our trees there. Okay, so these are final details. I'm going to keep saying that so you know what we're doing. We're not doing the painting anymore. We're basically just, now we're just enhancing the painting. We're just doing our final details. And because we have everything in place, it's so much easier to play with and add things. Okay, so I'm going to take some yellow and a bit of green because I want to brighten up the sunny part of the tree. So I'm just going to take some yellow and some green, tap it off my tissue so it's not too bright yet, because I might need a couple of, might need this a couple of times, maybe not. If it dries dark, just give it another coat of your highlight. Don't lose your darks, see? Good, and whatever's left over on your brush, just move it around to the back, and that way you still got your brights on the front, but you got a few, shows the tree leaves. Okay, and now we pick up some more lighter color again, the yellow and the green. Freshen it up, your brush, and then we're going to work on this one. So the one over here, it's got the light on it, and tap, 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 tap. Alright, and then whatever's left over on your brush, just move it around a little bit. Wipe off your brush if you have to, because we don't want to lose our green underneath. Just want to enhance some of those leaves so they look a little more realistic. Good. Alright, so stand back, look at it and see if you like what you see, and if you don't, then fix it. Good. Alright, and then there's another one over here in the back. A little bit of yellow and green, and you can highlight this until you're happy. Separate your trees. Okay. Alright. Maybe a little bush down here in the back. separate that to make it look like a separate little bush. Just by tapping on the top and leaving the dark in between, you'll be fine. That looks better, doesn't it? What do you want to do with that one there? What do you want to do with that one? Let's see. Bit of white. I'm not going to do too much with that one, I don't think. So I just added a bit brighter pink to my brush. And see, just a couple of little, because I'm thinking the sun, even though it's passing over this, the shadow will be on the back and maybe there's a little bit of light coming in through here. I'm just going to put a little bit on there. I'm not going to do too much. See, I'm not going to do too much, just to bring it out, to get to 3 values, okay? So, that's about it. Like I say, if you want a few more highlights here and there, just put them on. Don't want to do too much. Some flowers, little leftover paint here and there. You could do this a long time. Right? So the only thing I can see is highlighting a little bit of right here. Not too much, just to bring something out there. A little bit of color. Adding a little bit of color here and there. And like I said, we got to watch where the sun is coming in. We don't want to maybe there's a few things around the tree here. And maybe there's something, little grasses there. All those little tiny things will really bring your painting out. The only other thing I can see is we'll do something with the path, and then I'm going to let you finish it off yourself. Or, you know, do whatever final details you want to do, okay? So with the path, let's just add a few extra highlights in the path. So let's just go with some red and a bit of brown, a bit of blue, red, brown, and blue, and red, brown, and blue, and a little bit of white, brighten it up. Right? Alright. Let's see what we can do with that. So we'll put some of that really nice light color in the middle here, just to get a bit of a brightness coming in, but not too much, just a little bit here and there. A little bit here and there. That's too... You have to make judgment decisions if it's too bright or it's not the way you want it. Just going to put a little bit. I'm not even going to... don't stay horizontal. Okay. Horizontal. You can put some stones and pebbles and things in here too if you want. Oh, it should be dark down there. I shouldn't have dark. Keep it a bit dark down here because this is where the shadows are. So leave that dark. Don't put too much down there. We'll just take that out. Put some shadow in there. Okay. Just go back to some dark colors. So just mix up some dark blue and there we go. Now while we get some of the shadow color, let's make some shadow color. We'll take some of the fence and we'll bring the fence out, shadows out, because shadows are going to come from that fence because the sun is shining from behind it, right? So let's put some shadows in our path. I think that'll really make it pretty. But first of all, let's finish up our little bit of highlights on this here. I'm just going to tap that on there. Okay, and a little bit of pinkish color just to match what we got, but brighter than what it is. Alright, because we want to give it some depth and some, make it look like it's got probably some little rocks and stones under it. You know, you can put those in too. Maybe it's a bit of light shining on there. That's all you need. And you're coming through the path. Alright, so we don't need to do much here. We can, oh, lots you can do. But I'm just trying to show you some bits and pieces of what you can do. Okay. Alright. A bit of a shadow here by the door. I'm going to put a little dark color here on the front of the door here, so it looks like that it's not going right up into the door. Alright. Now, and then what did I say I was going to do? Shadows. Okay, let's go with the shadows from the trees. And I think I'm going to be done then. So if you want to put the little footpath in here, you just take your brush. I suppose we could do that now while we're talking about it. Just take some brown and a bit of blue. Maybe a little bit of red, sort of staying with the same colors. But got to be nice and dark. And just put the footpath in by just, let's see. Chiseled edge brush, just use the corner of the brush to put in these little dark, as if there was you know, something went on up there. We'll put some shadows. Okay, so we won't put too much of that there. Just a little bit, because I'm just tapping on a little bit of that there, not much. Now I don't want it to look like straight lines, so we'll smooth that out a little bit with a drier brush. Okay, take your bristle brush, clean it off really good, dry it up. And then just move over it a little bit, just to move it out a bit, just to bring it in with the paint. Here we go. Probably after drying a bit there now. But it's okay. So now we're going to go with the shadows. Let's go with the shadows. You can also put a few little pebbles on there, little rocks. All kinds of stuff you can do. If you want to put a little shadows, we're going to do that first. Okay, so we'll take our flat chiseled edge brush. And we will make up, let's see, blue. For shadow, nice dark color. A bit of brown, bit of red. Nice and dark. Clean off your brush. And we'll figure out where the shadows are. Well, so there's one right here, and right here, one right here, one right here, and there's that one's hidden. But we can add a bit of shadows, and just make it look like shadows are going to cross there. Shadows look good, don't they? See, gives it a shadowy look. Now, a couple of pebbles, I think, and then I'll call it finished, and then you can do whatever you want with it. So for a few pebbles, I mean, you could put rocks, all kinds of stuff in there, but I'm just going to put a few pebbles. I don't want to overdo it because there's a lot to learn. Let's see, what kind of pebbles can we put in there? Maybe a bit of brown on one side and black on the other for now. Just a little tiny flat brush with the black side down. Touch and pull over, touch and pull over, just touch and pull over, touch and pull over, touch. And a few little pebbles here and there. On that side, a little up here, just, it's almost like you're just touching. Touch. Good. I'll put a little bit of white on one side now too, just to brighten them up as they come forward. A little one here, a little one there. I'm not going to put too much. You can also splatter some pebbles in there if you want. You just touch, if you got, maybe there's a couple of pebbles up here on this one. Touch the corner of your brush with some brown on one side and white on the other, just to give some highlights. You could do the black and brown if you want. Put the highlight on after, but this is kind of easy. Little pebbles and just touching, see? Just touch. You see that? Just watch. Corner of my brush, I have a little bit of white on one side. And I have brown or black on the other side, and I'm just touching the corner of my brush, and off comes the pebble. If we need more white, just put it on, wipe it off a little bit so it's not too much. Touch. Little pebbles here and there. Right, center. Now as you come down, those pebbles are going to, wherever you think the dark. Right, so it's a bit of light there, but now it's getting dark on the bottom, so just put your brown on, a bit of black, and then make some darker ones down here, because they're in the shadow. Just touch, touch, touch. Just touch, 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 touch. Got tiny there, and just by touching the corner of my brush and getting all these really nice, that's because I have two colors on my brush, brown on one side, black on the other, or brown on one side and a bit of white on the other. Okay, that's how you get all those little pebbles. So that's enough pebbles, and that's enough. I'm going to call it finished because I think I went through everything, the 10 steps that, you know, or tips that you need to get a really good painting. And so I'll leave the link to the other, so you can go through the 10 steps before you actually do the painting. And it'll help you when you're doing other paintings too, where to look for everything. So I hope you enjoyed this painting. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Leave some comments in the comments below, and let me know if you have any questions. But as you can see, we went through all the 10 steps plus more, and you can see the depth and you can see everything that we mentioned. And that's it. So you have a great day. Happy painting from Alison Pryor. See you in the next video. Well, thank you very much for painting along with me, and I hope you enjoyed that painting. And if you liked this video, then you can subscribe so you can get more free videos. And you can like, share if you could, if you think it could help other people. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments section below. And or you can email me at AlisonPryor@yahoo.com. So I'll see you in the next video.